Hi everyone, I'm heidiroro and welcome back to my channel. So for today, I am going to try to attempt the no brushes makeup challenge. That's right, I'm doing a full face just using my fingers. No brushes, no sponges, no nothing. This may go terribly wrong or not so bad. If you are excited to see me attempt this challenge, then just keep on watching. First things first! I have to moisturize my face and I'm using the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. I haven't used this in a while, but I need as much hydration as I can get because I'm literally only using my hands and fingers for this challenge. I don't have like a damp beauty sponge to help me make sure that everything's blended. And because I do get oily in the T-zone, I am going to use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. I think I'm going to start with my eyes just because I might get fallout and mess ups, so I don't want to ruin the face, especially because I have no brushes. So let's start with the eyes. I'm going to start off with my tried and true Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. And I don't want to play any games today, so I'm going to use my favorite palette, which is the Tarte in Bloom palette. And I am going to set my lids with Charmer and Flower Child. You can use any type of translucent powder or anything that is similar to your skin tone. We just need it so that it can be a nice base for your next shadows. Now that I think about it, I feel like I should do my eyebrows first. Okay, let's do eyebrows first actually. This is all over the place, but it's okay. I'm going to use the Benefit Ka-Brow in shade 3. And I'm just gonna scoop it on the back of my hand so that I'm not using the brush. I've never done my brows with just my fingers, but let's see how this works. I think I'm very thankful because I do have pretty good eyebrows. I mean, I do have sparse areas, but nothing where it's like unbearable or like, oof, okay then. You're just gonna run away from me, aren't you? But like I was saying, I do have a pretty good set of eyebrows, but I just want to get that sparse area right here. Yes. It's gonna be rough. It's okay. We are going to clean things up with concealer. So I'm just using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light neutral. Also putting this on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna clean up that eyebrow because it looked like a hot mess, okay? This is crazy. This is why we wanted to do eyebrows and eyes first. Because if I put on my face and then I tried to do this, that'd be a hot mess. I don't really have nails to like scrape the ends like most people. But we gonna make it work, y'all. We gonna make it work. I'm just gonna move on. I don't think I can make it any better at this point. They're okay. So again, with the eyes, we just set our eyes with a more like similar toned color. And I'm just going to go with Sweetheart to use for the crease. I personally like using the ring finger just because it's very gentle on the eyes, and especially because your eyes are very sensitive. You don't want to be too rough with it. You know, you don't want to be like rubbing it too harshly or anything like that. So I think for this type of challenge, I will most likely go in with my ring finger just so that I'm making sure that I'm not applying too much pressure, if that makes sense. I want to go for kind of like a pop of color. So try with purple, blues. I want to try blue. So I'm using the ColourPop Super Shock Pressed Pigment in Too Shy. I personally really like using ColourPop shadows with my fingers. I think the opacity is much more greater when you're using your fingers. So I think it's perfect for this type of challenge. I'm going to apply this blue shade all over my lid. And clean fingers, I'm going to be blending it as best as I can. I want to use kind of a deeper shade, so I'm going in with Rebel, which is this shade right here. It's like a deep, like brownish red, and I'm also focusing that shade in the outer corner as well. I'm just gonna go in with that blue shade once again because I feel like I blended out a lot of it, so I just want the blue to pop a lot more. Alright, I am going to apply my falsies. I'm using the Flutter Lashes in Slayla. So I know we moisturized earlier, but I just want to spritz my face with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. I'm going to use the Lancome Tante Idole makeup stick in shade 320 Bisque Warm. And with clean fingers, obviously, I'm just going to pat it into my skin. I mean, before I really started to get into makeup and I just knew the bare, minimum of makeup, I used to use my fingers all the time, but now that I have brushes and sponges, it just makes life a lot easier just using those types of products. But I mean, I used to use my fingers before, so I'm just taking it back old school. I mean, definitely using sponges and stuff kind of helps alleviate any type of cakiness. And I think I definitely struggled with that when I first started to use makeup with my fingers, just because when you have a damp sponge or even like a brush, you're able to distribute the product so it doesn't look cakey. I mean, pros and cons, but if you are in a situation where you can't really afford the brushes, you can't afford the sponges, that's totally fine. I think you definitely can use just your fingers, I think it just makes the process easier. Alright, so I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape once again, just to go under my eyes and just to brighten the center of my face. I don't want to use too much because it's really, really cakey. I'm just going to dot it and blend it out. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try to set my face with some translucent powder. I'm going to contour a little bit with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette Contour in Dulce de Leche. And I'm just going to use my middle finger. I'm also going to get that under chin. Ooh, ooh. Hide the flaws. Yes, girl. And very lightly, I'm going to contour my nose, just so it looks a little bit more defined and straight. Boop. We're going to go in with blush. So I'm using the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. Just patting. Ooh, girl! Don't use too much. I'm going to apply some highlighter with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. Yes. See? It just gives me so much life. Woo! And last but not least, I wanted to give a little bit of pout, so I'm using the Marc Jacobs Enamored High Shine Gloss Lip Lacquer in Work It. I'm just going to apply some on the back of my hand, like so. Before we finish this look off, I actually wanted to highlight the inner corners as well. So I'm just going back in with my pinky and just getting a little pop. Boop, boop. Exactly right there. And to set everything in, going back in with the Mario Badescu. And that is it for my no brushes makeup challenge. I definitely feel like the contour area and the eyebrows were probably the hardest for me, and they just look a little bit splotchy, and just my eyebrows need a spoolie. They really need a spoolie. But honestly, overall, I feel like everything turned out pretty good, which means that you can definitely achieve a full face glam look with just your fingers. You don't need to buy expensive brushes or sponges or anything like that. If I can achieve this, you can achieve this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Honestly, I am mad at it. You mad at it?
Yes.
Don't you feel like when I put on my lashes, everything looks so much better? I was like, whoa, I went from 0 to 100 real quick. Without lashes, it was like, meh. With lashes, it was like, I'm here. No brushes.